And Don Perdone's opponent in the semifinal round, John Force, has demonstrated remarkable adeptness at timing perfect starts. That's how he advanced this far with great starts so far today.
Don Perdome taking a final chance to kind of whack that throttle, keep the tires hot and clean as he moves to the starting line. John Force in the far lane, Don Perdome in the near lane. Remember, Perdome has won this race the last 3 years. Now, neither driver seems very anxious to put on that top yellow light, the staging light. Occasionally, one driver will try to force the other to stage first. A little brain game possibly going on here. Force finally moves in and stages first. Perdome follows. They're ready.
The green light, and away they go. And again, John Force with an excellent start jumps to the lead, and he's going to take Don Perdome in the semifinal race with ease. John Force continues his string of upsets at the '83 Summer Nationals with another upset victory over one of the greats, Don Perdome.
Now, Perdome has been having traction problems in that right-hand lane. He may have tried to leave it something less than full throttle.
Perfectly timed starts, the key to John Force's success today. There he is in the far lane in the white car, beating Don Perdome early. Steve is with John Force now.
Well, John Force, a little staging battle up there. Did you maybe hope to force Perdome to build a little more heat than he wanted to?
No, I raced Perdome a lot of times, and he always staged first because my act takes a little longer up there, and when he didn't, I just went ahead and staged.
So John Force is in the finals of funny car competition, and one of these two cars will be his opponent. In the near lane is Rick Johnson, a surprise advancer to the semifinals. He's matched against Mark Oswald, one of the great drivers on the circuit.
The blue car in the far lane is Mark Oswald, the Candies and Hughes machine. Oswald looking to be in his fourth consecutive final if he can get by Rick Johnson. This is only the second time in Johnson's career he's gone as far as the semifinal.
Now they inch toward the start line. The green light, and Mark Oswald off to a great start. He'll rocket into the finals as on this run, Rick Johnson falls off.
Sounded like Rick had some driveline problems.
The race day over for Rick. Mark Oswald versus John Force in the finals. Don Cricky with Steve Evans, back on a big day for the racers and their fans. The final run of the pro stock competition coming up. Lee Shepard, the defending world champion, positioned in the far lane in the white car. New Jersey's own Frank Iaconio in the yellow car in the near lane.
You just couldn't ask for a better pro stock final, Don. The number 1 and number 2 cars in the world. Lee Shepard needs a win here to overtake Frank Iaconio in this year's world point standing. Shepard in the far lane, Iaconio in the near lane.
The fraction of a second between the yellow light and the green light is the moment of truth in drag racing. Getting the perfect start, the key, and there's a red light on the side of Lee Shepard. He has fouled at the outset. Frank Iaconio will be the victor in this 1983 Summer National Pro Stock competition.
Lee Shepard red lighted away a sure victory. He ran 7.78 seconds on a red light to Iaconio's slower 7.85. Both ran 177 miles an hour.
So we'll watch in replay as Lee Shepard hits the accelerator for blastoff. The red light comes on with the green. Lee Shepard across the start line early. And Frank Iaconio, a native New Jerseyan, takes a big, big victory.
Well, the race was over almost before it began, and you're looking at the Pro Stock champion of the Summer Nationals, Frank Iaconio. He also won it 2 years ago. Good job.
Thank you very much.
You think Lee was gambling up there?
I don't know. He usually doesn't gamble. You know, I'm sure if it was a red light, it was a real close one. He was just trying to really cut a good light.
Did you see his red light?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. In fact, the lane wasn't too good, and I got a little squirrely, so I don't know how his lane was, but, you know, if he didn't foul, it would have been a real good race.
Well, you gave your home state fans something to really cheer about.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
Frank Iaconio, a popular champion here in New Jersey, and now to be decided, the funny car final between Mark Oswald in the blue car in the near lane and John Force, who's run so well and upset Victor earlier in this day.
Mark Oswald in the near lane, Don, is no stranger to the winner's circle here at Raceway Park. He won here last year driving for the same team in another eliminator category. John Force has also been in a final round here about 4 years ago, but he was denied the championship.
When that nitromethane fuel is pumped through the carburation system and ignites, it creates a roar and a thrust of power that is awesome. This the finals of funny car competition. Mark Oswald, blue car near lane. John Force, white car far lane.
Can John Force pull off another one of those hole shots? He's been doing it all day long. Force is the last to stage. We're ready. John Force again off first.
But look at the power of the Oswald car as he rockets from behind. It's Mark Oswald, the victor in the funny car competition at the 1983 Summer Nationals.
Mark Oswald needed top speed of the event to drive by John Force over 251 miles an hour.
The perfectly timed starts of John Force in the white car have been the talk of the Summer Nationals. Here he executes another great start, but he doesn't have enough car to hold off Mark Oswald, who has enough straightaway to rip ahead and take the Summer National funny car competition. And with this victory, the 30-year-old Oswald moves into a virtual first-place tie with Frank Hawley in the overall world point standings in funny car.
Mark Oswald already receiving congratulations as the Summer Nationals funny car champion. His second consecutive national event title in only his first year as a funny car driver. You'll remember he won here a year ago at the Summer Nationals in another category. No stranger to the winner's circle here is Mark Oswald. Mark going over to congratulate John Force on a beautiful final round. Very, very close racing. But for Forrest, his first national event still remains just slightly beyond his grasp. Congratulations from SportsWorld.
Thank you.
Was there ever any doubt down the racetrack?
Oh, I don't know. It was shaking pretty hard, you know.
Did you see John?
No, not really. I just stuck with it, you know, did the best we could. Luckily, we came
Tremendous
on top.
consistency for the Candies and Hughes car.
What did it run on that final?
592.
That's pretty good. I'm surprised. You know, the way the track is, I'm real happy to run that steady, you know, on race day. It's hard to do sometimes with one of these.
You seem still a little stunned, Mark.
I am. I didn't get to sleep last night.
And plus, you're not just a hired driver. You work as hard on this car as anybody on the crew.
Oh, yeah, I really enjoy working on it more than I do driving it, to tell you the truth.
You got to drive it to find out if it works.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Mark Oswald is your Summer Nationals funny car champion again. Congratulations.
Mark Oswald and his crew hit the emotional high on the roller coaster of drag racing. The whole team ready to celebrate a great victory now. The countless man-hours that went into this victory as he's greeted by his crew. His wife Janie aboard that truck coming out to meet him. Mark Oswald, the 1983 Summer National funny car champion. Now for Steve Evans, this is Don Cricky for NBC SportsWorld. Glad you could be with us at Englishtown, New Jersey. There's Jody Smart, who's advanced to the finals of Top Fuel competition against Joe Amato. Jody had a mechanical problem, needed a new engine between races, and Steve was there when that took place.
The one piece of equipment a driver hopes he never has to use during the course of a race is the engine hoist. But in the Jody Smart camp, a fresh bullet being installed in the frame rails of his Top Fuel dragster. Crew Chief J.E. Christic, the man sweating so profusely in the yellow shirt, found a burned rod bearing in the motor that has so successfully taken them to the final round. With a crankshaft problem, you don't dare run that engine. It's just not safe for the driver or anybody around. So J.E. Christic winches the spare engine into Jody Smart's car. They have absolutely no idea how this motor will perform, but they will put the same fuel system off the other engine, the blower, the injectors, and that is really kind of the heart of the motor.
Well, we're all going to find out now just how well it does run as Jody Smart in the far lane inches to the start line for the championship run in Top Fuel competition at the 1983 Summer Nationals.
We heard Joe Amato say earlier how important lane choice might be. Well, Joe did not get lane choice. Jody Smart ran quicker in the previous round. He has his choice of lanes. He's taken the far lane. We'll see if that indeed is a factor.
Staging lights, counting down, there's the green light, they're away. Jody Smart smokes the tires and Joe Amato takes command. He rockets to victory in the 83 Summer Nationals, his biggest win as a Top Fuel driver. Joe Amato, 38 years old, from Old Forge, Pennsylvania, part of his crew, his wife Jerry, and they've all got a lot to celebrate. The quickest elapsed time of the competition, 5.59 seconds in this final run. And remember, he did it with an engine block that has been cracked throughout this Top Fuel competition. Steve is with the new champion.
Joe Amato wins his second consecutive national event, has now got to rate right up there with the Gary Becks and the Shirley Muldownys. Patched up motor and all, track record 5:59.
My first 5:50, that is. What can I say? Timmy, he did the job. You know, he's like a magician. I can't speechless, really. Let me calm down here a second. He just knows how to tweak the car just a little bit. I mean, he moved the motor a little bit, the clutch a little bit, and the thing just hooked up and left, and, 5:59. What can you say on the track isn't really that great.
Was there any point where you were concerned down the racetrack?
No, the minute the car left and it didn't shake and I was out 100 feet, I knew I didn't see Jody at all. I knew I had a good race going. Then when I got in high gear, he makes a big top end chart. I was just hoping nothing, sometimes you could blow the motor and he could come by you. But the minute I didn't see him come.
Mechanic Tim Richards as the Amato team wins the biggest event of their racing career, the 1983 Summer Nationals Top Fuel competition. Now for Steve Evans, this is Don Cricky. Glad you could be with us on NBC SportsWorld from the Summer Nationals at Englishtown, New Jersey.